In the year 2012, on a beautiful April morning, two groups of astronauts met for the first time in the minutes leading up to the launch of the space shuttle. Together, these 6 people would make up the crew for the shuttle's mission, a mission that would take them far into outer space. Members of one group, Christy, Nicrae, and Tara, were signing to each other as they prepared for the launch. The other group, Joe, Joshua, and Jessica, shouted to each other over the ferocious roar of the shuttle as it prepared for its mission in the far distant corners of the universe.
When all systems were ready, Joe shouted out on the top of his lungs, "Let's launch!" "What did you say?" Christy asked. "I can't read your lips because the shuttle is shaking too much." Joe didn't notice Christy's question, but Jessica did. "We're launching," she signed to Christy, and then shouted out the words so that Joe and Joshua would hear over the rocket's roar. Then Jessica pushed the big red button to fire the launch rocket. Tara pushed the big blue button to fire the auxiliary engines, and zoom! The shuttle shot up into the sky, faster and faster, speeding away from the Earth.
"We are in space," Nicrae began to sign, and this time Joe noticed. "What the heck are you using your hands for?" he asked Nicrae. "3 of us are deaf," Christy reminded her colleague. "But if we all sign and speak, the whole crew can communicate." Joshua was confused. "Don't all of you have cochlear implants? I thought all deaf people use them, so that nowadays everyone can hear." Nicrae signed. "I don't like to use cochlear implants because it doesn't always work, and because it doesn't feel like it would be me. Lots of people don't use them."
Christy translated Nicrae's signs for Joshua, but Joshua was still confused. "How did you know what I said if you can't hear my voice? And I didn't sign," Nicrae replied. "I can lip read." Joshua thought about this and turned to his hearing colleagues. "So if they can read our lips and they can speak, then I guess we can converse with them. And when they speak, we can understand them, but most of the time, they sign. And when they sign, we can't understand what you're saying to us."
"I can," said Jessica. "I've known how to sign since I was a kid." "I thought you guys did too." "No," said Joshua. "I wish I did." Joe looked skeptical, but didn't say a word. In a few minutes, all of them had stopped talking because what was going on outside the shuttle had grabbed everyone's attention. Past the moon's orbit they flew. "Cool," said Christy, Nicrae, and Tara. "Cool," said Joe, Joshua, and Jessica. A short time later, Mars came into view. "Wow," signed Christy, Nicrae, and Tara. "Wow," said Joe, Joshua, and Jessica.
Okay. "Jupiter appeared amazing," signed Christy, Nicrae, and Tara. "Amazing," said Joshua, Joe, and Jessica. On and on through space, the shuttle sped past stars, past planets, farther and farther from Earth, on and on toward the vast unknown. Suddenly, Jessica gasped. "Look at the black hole," she signed, and then spoke. "It looks dangerous," said Joe. Jessica wasn't so sure She signed and spoke again. We've got to go through the hole and see a different solar system, she reminded them. No way, said Joe. I think we should switch directions and get away from it. Before the crew could agree on a course of action, the decision was made for them. The force of the black hole's gravity began to pull the shuttle in.
No matter how hard the 6 astronauts struggled to regain control of the spacecraft, they were powerless against the pull of the black hole. Deeper and deeper it went into space that got blacker and blacker. But at last, Tara said, with her hands and then her voice, I see some light. One star with 3 planets. All 6 astronauts were excited and relieved. Light might mean a place where they could land. Christy warned them, we can't stop there if there's no oxygen.
One of those 3 planets looked exactly like Earth. It has oxygen, Tara shouted and then signed. Let's try that one. We'll feel right at home. In fact, we can still call it Earth too. In no time, they identified a spot where they could land. Carefully, they brought the shuttle down to the surface of the Earth too, and prepared to leave the ship. Just before they opened the door, Joe confessed to his colleagues, I'm really afraid. Joe was now more careful about letting everyone see his lips when he spoke, using his eyes and face more, and adding some hand movements. When he told them about his fear, all the other astronauts nodded their head in agreement. They were all afraid.
But they pushed aside their fears, opened the shuttle door, and climbed out of the ship. Slowly, they looked around, and soon they began to smile. Jessica said, and then sighed, what are they all looking, or thinking? All the people look like people. They're just like us. Joshua began to relax a little, grinning with excitement and relief. Soon, the astronauts noticed something else. They're all signing to each other, yelled Joe. It was true. All the people on Earth, too, were communicating with their hands only. There were no voices. One of the Earth 2 people signed to Joshua. Who are you? Joshua listened as Christy interpreted, and then he replied, I am from Earth, and my name is Joshua. Christy signed his response.
My name is Matt, signed the Earth 2 person. Wow, all the people around here can communicate with hands, signed Tara. Matt answered, we use American Sign Language. That's awesome, Nicrae signed. We use it too. Christy, Nicrae, and Tara were thrilled to find this new planet so compatible. But Joshua and Joe felt differently. I want to go back to Earth, said Joshua. Yeah, let's go, said Joe. Tara stopped them as they raced back to the shuttle. You can't, she told them. The black hole pulled us here. We don't have any fuel strong enough to overcome the gravitational force of the black hole. We can't get back.
Oh no, Joe cried. You mean we're going to be stuck here with all these deaf people? For a moment, everyone was quiet, staring at Joe. Yes, said Christy, with deaf people just like Tara, Nicrae, and me. Here on Earth, too, it seems that hearing people have special needs. What do you mean? Joshua exclaimed. I don't have special needs. I can hear better than anyone on this planet. Tara shrugged. But you and Joe don't know the language that's spoken here. That means that you and Joe have different needs. Now, you know how I feel on Earth, said Nicrae. That's why I'd rather stay here. The 3 deaf astronauts were very excited. Earth, too, had billions of deaf people just like them. There were some hearing people, too, but they had all learned to sign, and everyone seemed to be very happy.
It may be hard for a while, Christy said, but it's only till Earth can send a bigger rocket to rescue us. In the meantime, we'll teach you to sign. Jessica can help. Since she already knows how, we're all in this together. And we can all stay friends. Joe and Joshua looked at each other and at Jessica and their deaf crewmates. They grinned. When can we start sign deaf school?